Hello and welcome to Every Kwacha broadcast. This is episode number 15 and the date is 4th January 2024. In this episode, I want to quickly go over the differences in calculation between the old method of issuing bonds and the new method of issuing bonds. I'm hoping that you are aware by now that the Bank of Zambia has changed the method of issuing bonds. They did make a public announcement that the government of the Republic of Zambia, through the Bank of Zambia, has changed the issuance method of bonds, and that effective January 2024, bonds will be issued at par value. They have discontinued the method that they were using previously, where bonds were issued at a discount. So in this broadcast, I just want to quickly go through the differences and what that means for you and me as individual investors in government bonds. Okay, so on the screen are two rows. I think there's an Excel worksheet with two rows. The first one, it shows calculations for a bond of face value 100,000 kwacha at a cost of 53,000 kwacha. So this is using the old method that incorporated discounts. The second row, in the second row, I'll basically go over how to calculate the same bond but under the new issuance method. So let's go over to the old method. So in the old method, again, bonds were issued at a discount. So under the old method, for every 100 kwacha of the bond face value, you paid an amount less than 100 kwacha. It typically ranged from 50 kwacha to maybe 58 kwacha. So for our purposes in this calculation, for a 10-year bond, that is, it ranged from anything between 50 kwacha to 58 kwacha for most of the time. So for this particular example, I will peg the award price at 53 kwacha for calculation purposes. So what that meant is if you submitted a bid for a bond of 100,000 kwacha and it's a 10-year bond, you knew beforehand the annual coupon rate. And for a 10-year bond, the annual coupon rate was always pegged at 13%. Okay, but when you went into the auction, you didn't know the award price. So the award price was the discount. 53 is a very good average for most of the 10-year bonds. And so for our calculation, we'll go with 53. So meaning that if you went into the auction and you are bidding for a 100,000 bond, it was issued at a discount of 53 kwacha for every 100 kwacha. What that meant is that your cost for a 100,000 kwacha bond was 53,000 kwacha. The difference between 100,000 kwacha and 53,000 kwacha was the discount. So you got a bond of 100,000 kwacha, but you only paid 53,000 kwacha because the difference was the discount. The 100,000 kwacha bond, which you got at 53,000 kwacha, also had an annual coupon rate of 13,000 kwacha, of 13%, sorry. So what this meant is You would only get the 100,000 kwacha after 10 years. That's the only time you would get the 100,000 kwacha. But every year for the next 10 years, Bank of Zambia would credit you with 13% of the bond face value, less taxes and a 1% administrative fee. What does that mean? So every year you would get 13% of 100,000 kwacha, which is 13,000 kwacha, meaning if it's 10 years, you multiply that 13,000 kwacha per year by 10 years. So your annual gross coupons were 130,000 kwacha, less the 16% taxes and BOS charges. You would get over the next 10 years a total of 109,200 in coupons only. Okay, these are paid every 6 months. So every 6 months you would get 5,460. Let's summarize. You deposited in your account at the bank 53,000 kwacha, and that was what was debited when you were awarded this bond of 100,000 kwacha. So from your 53,000 kwacha, which was in the account, which was debited from your account and it went to BOS, you were given a 100,000 kwacha bond. This 100,000 kwacha you only get after 10 years. But every 6 months for the next 10 years, you get 5,460. And then after 10 years, you come and get your 100,000 kwacha. So your total portfolio, which is the summation of the coupons that you would get every 6 months for 10 years, plus the 100,000 kwacha bond face value would be 209,200. So in short, you invest 53,000 kwacha, and over the next 10 years, you are assured of 209,200. This is after they have removed the taxes and the administrative fee. So this is guaranteed income for you. Let us subtract your cost from here, the 53,000 kwacha from here, meaning your profit is 156,200. That was the old method of issuing bonds. In the new method of issuing bonds, what they are saying is that there will be no discount. So if you have 53,000 kwacha to invest, that essentially will become your bond face value because there will be no discount. Their award price, they are selling 100 kwacha for 100 kwacha. There is no discount. So for you, if you have 53,000 kwacha, it can only give you a bond face value of 53,000 kwacha. Previously, a 53,000 kwacha would give you a 100,000 kwacha bond. In the new method, a 53,000 kwacha will give you a 53,000 bond face value. So in the new method, the award price is known. You can consider the award price to be 100. This is what will give you a bond where there is no discount. In the new method, what is not known is the coupon rate, the annual coupon rate. So how much of the coupon rate should you expect to get if at the very least this new method is supposed to give us the same income that the old method was giving us? So let's assume the new method will give us 13%, meaning that it will maintain the coupon rate. You can see that the profit will decrease substantially, meaning that if that were the case, the old method would be better than the new method. So let's increase. What I am expecting that the coupon rate will be increasing. So let's get to 20%. If the coupon rate is 20%, by this calculation, I expect the profit to still be way less. 35%. So it's only when you get to levels of 35, 36% annual coupon rate that would get to the same level of profit and the same level of the total portfolio for the same cost. So that is my expectation from the new method of issuing bonds, if it is at least to match the old method insofar as the fixed income that you expect from a bond is concerned. So for the same cost, I expect that the new method should guarantee two things. One, the coupons that you'll be getting every 6 months for the same cost of 53,000 kwacha in this particular example, I expect that the coupons should be higher than the old method if the new issuance method is to remain attractive. In this particular example, the semi coupons are rising to 8,000 kwacha. This is what will guarantee the profit at the very least for the same period of time and for the same cost to be identical. So the coupon rate definitely has to rise. That's number one. Number two, the overall total portfolio, and the way I'm defining portfolio here is the total when you sum the bond face value and when you sum so it's a summation of the bond face value and the total coupons. The total portfolio has to remain either constant when you compare with the old method, or in this new method it has to increase. Those are the two conditions under which the new method will be said to be progressive from the perspective of us as individual investors. And that is really what I expect to pan out. Anything short of this, you can be sure that it would mean that the new method is a step back insofar as individual investors is concerned. I am not expecting it to go that way. I'm quite optimistic that this new issuance method is a step in the right direction, and I expect that it will advantage the investors. So let's wait and see for the results of the first bond that will be issued on the 19th of January 2022. What do you think? Do these calculations make sense? Let me know if there are at any point there are some mistakes that I've made in these calculations. I'm ready to make corrections. Overall, I am thinking that the new method of issuing bonds, especially that um, it gives us it is expected that it will give us higher coupons for the same cost. I'm thinking that this is the better option of the two, because with those higher coupons, it basically um, helps you, especially if your goal is to reinvest the money that you're getting into future bonds, or you want to diversify into some other investment portfolio. It's a better method even if the coupons you want to use them for some other um, purposes outside of investment. And that is really what I expect in this new method, that it is a step in the right direction for investors. But generally, you can say that the jury is still out. And so let's wait and see as we get the result of the first auction and then compare with the actual values from the two methods. Thank you.